Ghosts aren't real. Only gullible people believe that kind of crap.
I can't believe I'm doing this. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. I need you to help me save my daughter. But how do I know that you're gonna keep your word?
I swear on my dead mother's soul. Yes. Bob, you and the boys stand guard. Nobody gets through.
I watched the original Beetlejuice just the other day. There's so many amazing Easter eggs that really tie back so well. And I'm just curious if there are any that really stand out to you that you're especially proud of.
The attic, the model. I mean, that was exactly the same. That thing they gave me the thing on top of the wedding cake. That little thing of me and him, which is so special. Like, that was like the one thing I really wanted. Because in my mind, I want them to end up together. I know it's like a little twisted, but that's it's always been my goal.
It's such an honor to get to chat with you, seriously.
Yeah.
You know, what would you say to fans as to why they should experience Beetlejuice Beetlejuice in IMAX?
Oh, man, why not? First of all, this is a visual delight, and then some. And so I want to see it. You know, I want to see it. There's the fun thing about Tim's movies. I would say all of them, but especially this one, is all the little things you can see. His attention to detail is unbelievable. There will be, unfortunately, a lot of things that people will never see because either it was just out of frame or he just did it for himself because he's an artist and he's very detail oriented. But for what there is, you know, viewable on a screen, I just imagine it in that size.
Why should fans experience Beetlejuice Beetlejuice in IMAX?
It's what it deserves. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's how it should be. It's how all good films should be. Even the ones that don't get to make it to there. You know what I mean? I had this fantasy growing up, and I still have it, of like, there was an old theater in our town, and I was like, one day when I'm older, I'm gonna buy it, and I'm gonna rip out all the seats, and I'm gonna put it in a bed, and like a bathtub, and a bike, and I'm just gonna watch movies like 24/7, and I'll just live in there, and I'll never leave. But I feel like IMAX is I mean, I saw Oppenheimer there. Oh my God, it is a really special experience, and I think great movies deserve to be seen in IMAX, definitely.
How was it working with Tim Burton? And do you have any good on-set stories?
Tim, he knows what he wants. He's so precise, and really his creative energy inspired everybody. And also he loves to draw. So there are always drawings of situations and characters. And this is very helpful for actors. And also he prefers practical effects instead of CGI. So even for us, it's easier because you have to react to real monsters instead of a green screen. And so, I mean, it's easier to work in his way. And also to create this atmosphere is so easy, and even for the other actors. And I was so honored, you know, to have the chance to be part of this amazing cast, really. And so it was like to enter in a new family.
If you could experience any movie in IMAX again or for the first time, what would you experience and why?
Oh, it'd probably have to be something that I would, you know, it would have to be a real visual thing. Or Chris Nolan's, Chris Nolan stuff is so mind-blowing. And if somebody said, how did they do that? I'd say, I have no idea how they do that. I have no idea. I'm in the business. I don't know how they do it. That's what's fun about Beetlejuice. I know exactly how we did it.
If you could experience any movie in IMAX again, like you get that theater, you're posted up
Yeah.
in it, what would you choose and why? It could be anything. Doesn't have to have been something that had played.
Right.
Just you're owning the IMAX and you're projecting it.
Okay, I mean, like, I would just go to, probably the classics, or I think I would love to see the Cassavetes movies in IMAX. Wouldn't that be amazing?
It'd be incredible.
Watching Jenna Rollins in IMAX. I mean, all of the great classics. I'd love to see Bridge on the River Kwai in IMAX. Yeah.
That would be incredible. No, Bridge Over the River Kwai is a new one, but absolutely. I think we should.
Yeah.
If you're ever in LA, let's do it.
Oh.
Take me up on it.
I mean, I'm from San Francisco, and we were trying to save a theater there, so I would host these and I screened that movie, and I think I got a stunt guy who worked on it to interview him on stage. But yeah, the theaters I want to keep them. It's so important.
The theatrical experience is so important, right?
It's so important.
This movie has so many great Easter eggs back to the original film.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious, are there any that you're especially proud of? Any that you're really like, wow, that stands out as something
I'm
that you
proud
love?
of, but I'm proud of it for Tim. So because I'm in it, I'm proud of it. But I'm proud that he pulled it off. And I don't know, I can't say what it is because I'll blow it for people who are going to go see the movie. But when he kind of changes, I don't want to say he goes back in time. Let's just say the scene where we first see Monica Bellucci's character, where Dolores come back, and then that whole sequence, which is, in black and white, but so friggin' cool.
What was that like the first day being back on set and being with Tim? Just if you could walk me through kind of how that felt emotionally.
Well, there was a lot of, I was really, really nervous, when it was finally real, because there were so many almost, but things had to be perfect, and then it was suddenly, okay, this is actually happening, and then the nerves kick in, and then you're there, and you're doing the fittings, and we started with that, with where you first see me. We started with the show, and I was, should I do it like I'm on autopilot? And then Tim sort of came up and was like, just do it. Try one where it's really sincere. And that was like put me right back into Lydia, because there is something really sincere about Lydia and Tim's work. Tim has a huge heart. I mean, a lot of people talk about, the aesthetics and his imagination and his, but he is like, he is Edward Scissorhands, and he really identified with Lydia, which I didn't know that on the first one. And I remember when I heard him say that, I was so moved. And, but there is a real sincerity, that there's heart in this. There's love is a huge theme in this, and but in a completely unique way. Yeah. And I love that. It was very emotional. I cried when I saw Michael.